movie's Rocky, and dude, I mean, I loved Rocky, you know, and just the underdog thing, and just you overcame all odds, and you really can do anything you want. Like, that just stuck to me. So I always wanted, so for that one, I always wanted to be like that. You know what I mean? So I guess
the underdog.
The underdog thing, against all odds, when people don't think you can, and you're the only person that does. And it's, you know, you really can do anything you want. You know, it's just how bad do you want it. And in the movie, he wanted it bad, and the rest is history with that. But yeah, I remember watching that as a kid, and I was like, I want to be like that. You know, not that I want to be a boxer. Well, maybe when I was a kid, but
it's kind of the message and the message. How bad do you want it, and how much you're willing to fight for it.
Absolutely. Like, I'm always drawn to movies like that.
Yes.
You know, and like the Rudy movies, and I mean, not that it's just that. I like other movies too,
but these are
I'm drawn to that, especially because that's what I feel like. I mean, it's a constant struggle to get to the top, but
and it is.
If you want it bad enough, you could do anything you want. It doesn't matter a damn thing what people say. I don't really care. I honestly, people watching this, if they don't,
it doesn't.
Not that I'm trying to be cocky. No, it's just you can't let that affect you, or you're done.
Exactly.
So,
I totally.
Just that fight, man. It's just so in me, and this movie thing is in me, and football wasn't, because football is mostly a business, but this movie thing just is, and it's just that. Just feel it, man.
And you just always, it's something you can always see yourself doing?
Yeah. It's something I could always see, and it's something I want to do, and it's something I will do, quite frankly.
Now, are there any kind of, like, I guess I could say, filmmakers or directors in your family, or is this totally different from...
There is not one person in my family that has any experience really with this.
In general?
Nothing. I mean, unless the home video thing.
Now,
you know.
I don't know if I'm getting a little too personal, but are they supportive?
My family, yeah. I mean, they were supportive. Also met by a little bit of criticism. You know, like, well, you're probably not going to, make it, or this and that. Why don't you stick with something that's more conventional, traditional? But overall, they're supportive for sure.
Yeah, and I think
because they know how serious I am. At first, they thought it was a joke, but it's not.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of people in this field get that, like, okay, so this is very competitive, how, like, do you really think you're going to get far?
Right.
Like, I'm pretty sure you're not the only one, and I'm going to say you're already in the field, you know, you're already, like, doing what it takes to get there. So I'm pretty sure they have heard, hey, you know, you're not going to be anything, like, you don't even know people, like, how are you going to do this? So, I mean, I'm pretty sure I could...
And also, when I told them, I didn't make the movie yet.
Right.
I didn't have the play yet, because we did the play early.
So they were kind of just like, okay,
So, like, all right, you wrote a screenplay, but that's just the first step, and it is. It's an important step. But I guess the more that serious I've been about it, we did the play, we did the movie, I guess the more serious they're taken. But, honestly, my family and I, do I care what they think? To a degree. But even if they didn't, just say they weren't supportive, which they are, but if they weren't, I'd be like, whatever.
And that also
because it's something I want to do. I'm not doing it to prove anybody wrong. I'm not trying to, I'm not, trying to say, oh, guess what? Because if you do things like that because you feel like you're trying to stick it to somebody, you won't make it. You got to do it for you.
Definitely.
And so that's what I did. That's what I'm doing.
So what are like your goals in life? Like what? Let me know. Like what do you want out of life?
Absolutely. Well, my number one goal. I want to have a movie that's, that I wrote and directed that you could see in the in the Regal Theater or whatever theater, That's my number one goal in terms of like this film thing, this whole film experience. It's got to happen, and it will happen, and that's what I'm geared towards, so that my brother, my sister, my mom or dad could be like, I went to go see this movie. Their friends saw it, and it's something that I did. Like an A-list Hollywood blockbuster. I know it sounds lofty, but it is what it is. I don't want it to be minor. Not that I'm trying to draw attention to myself, but I feel like I could have a few messages to send too.
Definitely. So do you think you're gonna have more than this one movie, or and it's gonna kind of be in the same type of genre, or?
I don't know. I like writing comedy, but I think I could do drama too. I don't know which one I like better. Like I could, when I watch a movie, just a regular movie. It depends on the movie. Sometimes I like the drama one better. Sometimes I like the comedy one better. But I don't know. I don't know. Not really horror. I'd say more comedy and dramedy is what I am.
So I'm actually going to go back to the actual play that was put on here.
Yep.
So when you saw people come out, to the crowd, come and be like the crowd, and to laugh at your show, and to I think the first night I heard it was pretty crowded.
Yeah.
So how did that make you feel in general? Because I'm pretty sure you peaked, you know, like how did that make you feel to see people come out, to see people laugh, just to see people getting rewarded from you, from this production?
Well, it made me feel like I did what I was supposed to, you know, and like, you know, it just made me feel, I say fulfilled, but on the track to being fulfilled.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, it was like, I felt honored. I was like, you know, when you take a step back from that, when you're in a situation, you know, you know, opening night, you're nervous a little bit.
Right, exactly.
You've never done this before, ever, in any capacity, in any way. But when you take a step back from the whole thing, like looking back, and people actually laugh at what you wrote,
and that's what you want.
I don't take that for granted. Like I think that's so cool, and I felt honored that, like, you know, and like my goal was accomplished through that, you know, because it's a comedy, you want people to laugh, and they did, and it really felt like, you know what, maybe I do have a shot at this, you know. It's a long shot, but I don't care. You know?
You're willing to take that ladder.
So it kind of like reaffirmed that, like, maybe I'm not too crazy, you know. So.